My name is Karedi Mugo. I'm a drama teacher, and I've been teaching drama for quite some time.
We are happy.
That's what I do for a living.
So how do you as an actor?
Today I want us to talk about use of props. It's what we call this in drama. Yes. Props. We call them props. So today I want us to learn about the use of props in drama. Use of props in drama. So the most important thing, first I want to start by showing you this. So what is this? It's a gun. This is a
Gun.
a gun.
A gun.
Ah, it's a gun. Props. You know, one is that the people who mime props on stage, and especially when you are rehearsing play, and then children will get used to the mic. It is made out of
Wood.
It's made out of
Wood.
wood. It's made out of wood. So this is a very tricky prop, a gun. The way you use it on stage really matters. Why? Because one, we are not supposed to portray violence on stage. Okay? And especially when we're doing, for example, drama. Somebody wants to make a phone call and they go, "Hello," and you know, the problem is not the mind, because if you can mime and convincingly use this miming very well, then there's no problem, because the problem is how do you use it. For example, if I am making a call, will I be able to remember that I switched on the phone, here it is, and will I remember to switch it off, or will I go, "Okay, see you another time"? Then where did the phone come? So we are not supposed to portray violence. So how we use it really matters. And how does it matter? It matters first, what kind of a character are we portraying on stage to use the gun. But look, we have used wood, and we have tried to make it in a way that nothing can come out of it. So that it is so much different from the real prop, from the real item, which is the gun. Okay? One, also, the prop must be safe to use on stage. Safe to use on stage, so that whoever is using it cannot again end up hurting someone else on stage. Okay? But the message we said through that prop really matters a lot. The message we said really matters a lot. So what kind of a character is even using the prop? What message do we say? Are we promoting violence? What is it that we are using a gun for? So this is a very tricky prop. But first, let me talk about improvisation. Improvisation when it comes to props. So if then I have created a prop for it, then how do I handle that prop? If I get used to doing this when I'm doing the rehearsals, then at the end when I'm performing the play or the show, I get introduced to a prop. That introduction to a prop, if it's not handled very well, you'll find that that person, because they got used to doing this when they're doing the rehearsals, they will still not be able to use the prop given to them correctly. And that is very, they might actually not even remember that they had a prop after it is introduced to them. You will find that two aspects of propping on stage are very critical in drama. One is that the kind of a prop that you use on stage, and we're talking about stage drama, not film, not acting for camera, but acting for a live audience, stage drama. So the prop that we're using here, the word improvisation here means that we are making a prop, and this prop does not look or is not the real item. So you don't want someone coming with a real gun on stage used to them. Okay? So props and even the way you create the props matters a lot. Another thing I have observed over the time is how people create props that cannot be seen on stage. So you want to create a prop of a phone that is of the same size as your phone. Okay? So you improvise. It's a prop. So why are we improvising? One is the one for safety. Number two is for the weight. See, these are very light items to use on stage. But when you're acting, of course, you must assume that you're actually carrying something that is real. Okay? Okay? Great. Let me talk about this. So what is this? Yes?
It's a torch.
It's called
A fire torch.
torch of fire. Yes? Fire torch. Okay? So this is supposed to be a flame of fire. Yes? And this is the torch. Okay? So literally, is that someone is supposed to go to the fire and then light it up and then come with it. Okay? So first understand that the prop you're using, when people look at it, must recognize it. That is that if it was a film and people are shooting that prop, the camera will be able to do a close-up, it will even be able to do an establishment shot of the phone. But when the audience are on stage or in the auditorium watching the play, it will be totally different. Why? Because they may not be able to have a good view of the prop that you're using if it is too small. And you need to, because again, you cannot have this on stage and people don't know or use it wrong. For example, now you use it as a gun. Will it make sense?
No.
It won't make any sense. So it must make sense in the way it looks. So the prop must be recognizable. People must be able to recognize the prop. But again, how do you handle this prop on stage as an actor? Okay? With reality. So this, remember, is a prop. So first is that the audience are not supposed, if the audience are there and you have your prop, when we are acting on stage, one of the characteristics of stage acting is exaggeration. So we try to exaggerate everything, including the props that we have, so that they are well visible on stage, and we try to exaggerate even our actions. We are handling the prop. Handling the prop. So how do you handle it as an actor? How do you act with the prop as an actor? So you're coming with the prop from this side, and where you're going to touch it is on that side. So you go, then touch it, and the audience can see you. And then you turn back, and you're like this. Now you have fire. Why would that not make any sense? Why would that not make any sense? Yes.
Because it's already late.
Yes, the audience can actually see it. It's already lit. So you must make sure that the audience don't see this part until you light it. So for example, maybe what are the options that you can do? One of the options, yes?
You can turn off the lights.
But you want the audience to see you walking. Yes. Turn it like this. Both sides are burning together. Like this. So you hide that part. Another way.
Or just keep it at the back.
Keep it at the back so that they don't see. Somehow will they see? Yes, on the other side. So what will you do? Yes?
You can have two of those, one without.
You can have two of these ones. One that is not lit and this one. So that when you go there, somehow somebody can even give you the other one.
Give you.
Can you come and demonstrate what will happen? Come. Get on stage. Get on stage. So you're there with this one. You're there with this one. So you're hiding. People cannot see you. And so I come with this one. I can mind mine. And then I come in. I'm like this hard. And you give me this one. And I make sure the audience first see the fire. And then how I handle it. Fire, 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 fire. And then what I want like to get away. But if I'm coming with it, and then I do this, or I carry it like this. And then I'm burning myself. Okay? So I should act like this is actually real fire. Why? Because it is not just about use of a prop. Because this is just a prop. It's not real fire. But it's the way I handle it, creating a certain environment that comes into reality by inducing certain emotions to the audience. So I want the audience to feel like I'm carrying real fire. So I also feel the fire that I'm carrying. Okay? Well, you know it can, okay? Have some.
Some particles.
Yes,
Right.
okay. And then I'm lighting fire. Go. Then somebody will do what they were supposed to do. Then we go. Okay? Or they go. So how you handle the problem really matters. How you handle it really matters. For example, if you want to slap someone, then you exaggerate the facial expressions and you actually do it. Sometimes you even try to induce slow motion on some actions so that the audience will actually capture all of it, every part of it. I want to talk about the environment that we create by using the props on stage. The environment. So, for example, enough forgetfulness of your character. How do you forget the character? For example, this was the character on stage. What is this? Huh?
A stick.
What is it?
A stick.
It's a walking stick, okay? So this character came first time on stage. Yes, I want all of them gone. And this character acted very well with his walking stick and left the stage with his walking stick. But probably when he kept the walking stick backstage, somebody removed the walking stick where he had kept it. And he's supposed to get on stage right now, and he doesn't have the walking stick. Okay, the audience don't know that he was actually supposed to have the walking stick when he's coming back. So what do you think he should do at that moment when he comes back without the walking stick that he had at the beginning and acted very well? Now what should he do?
I think it should be now in his forwards.
Four hands. Like crawling on stage. Another different opinion.
Because when he handled the stick like this, because the stick like this, he could walk.
Yes.
So
This thing.
the walking stick.
No, he doesn't have the walking stick. Demonstrate for us what he would do. No, he doesn't have it. He forgot it. Somebody took it, misplaced it backstage. And now he's supposed to come on stage. What will he do? Demonstrate.
He should.
But he was still looking well, only that he had. So the most important thing in a clap for him, the most important thing here is the walking style he adopted. So he should now exaggerate it without the walking stick. Like somebody has stolen his walking stick. So what else can he do? He can even mention, okay? So when he's coming in, he can even mention, oh my God, nobody has seen my walking stick. Okay? Okay. Okay? So we can see that he's actually straining. He's actually straining. He's actually straining. Are you together? So number two. So now when we handle the props matters, but the way we create the environment. For example, what is this?
A boat.
It's a boat. So someone is inside the boat and they are actually so it is inside the ocean and they have the boat. Okay? So come. Now, which side will it be? Where is the water heading? Look at the prop. Look at the prop very well. So is it heading this side or is it this side? How do you use the prop? Again, you must be very comfortable with it. So how do you hold it? You're facing that direction. Remember, how do you hold it? Hold it with comfort. This and like that. Now, what really matters is it the action or the facial expression?
The facial expression.
The facial expression. Why? Because it is the facial expression that will tell us that we are actually in the water and we are in a boat. Okay? So the way you behave, the expression that you have will send a certain emotion, certain feelings to the audience that are watching you. So it's very key that you use the facial expressions well. Are you clear? So it's not just a matter of using the prop, it's a matter of the environment that you create. You're trying to set the imagination that you have on you, that imagination as an actor, to the audience. And that is very key. Clap for yourself, and that's the end of our lesson today on props and use of props. Great, and be happy then, be happy. Today's lesson on props and the use of props was good. Of course, we cannot be able to cover everything within one lesson about props, and there's quite a lot that we'll cover next time. Thank you.